Hi guys, welcome to Rise Up, a Be Me Being. I've heard many people talk about the levels of faith healing. One of the things I went through that I needed to try and understand is what is healing? How can one heal? And what does need healing? Now, I went through a lot of years trying to understand what needed healing. So I could say my crazy mind. I could say the emotions that I was carrying, the angers, the frustrations. I could say that what healing was, how my body was feeling. So being depressed was a feeling that needed to be healed. But how can you heal it? Then you look at your programming and you look at your parents, and your mum was like this and your dad was like that, and you've turned out like this. So what needs healing? How do we heal? Well, I had all of these different separations. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And for any of you that are going through the healing process, it feels like that you're moving one step forward and then you're falling back two steps. And that's how I like to see my chakra system. I like to see it as an internal ladder, not spinning wheels of fire or serpent snakes running through your body. I can't think of anything worse than a Kundalini snake rising through your body. But I like my versions. It's a ladder, and everyone knows what a ladder is. So I can say to you, you know when you're up the ladder and you know when you're down the ladder. But the art of the internal workings of the emotions and looking at it as a ladder. When you're up, you feel good and you think, this is great, I've done it, I've got myself through, I feel more healed. And then all of a sudden, it drops down. That is the onion. That's when you think you've got it and now you don't have it. I went through a big process of that because what you're doing for the very first time is that you're trying to get into connection with your true self. You're trying to understand yourself. This is the meaning of life. This is why you are here. The human programming has gave you amnesia. So be me is the new identity without amnesia. The human side of me is amnesia. Doesn't know what's going on, didn't know what was going on, couldn't work out why I felt a certain way. So this was all confusing. But on the other side of it, on the healed side, that you understand why you was like this. So all of these different identities that you'll find that needs healing. But I'm going to give you the real short answer here because it really does sum up maybe 20 years of my life trying to become a healer, trying to understand what did healing mean. But most importantly, for me to be that healer, I wanted to be healed. So Be Me and the Empathy Code that I developed whilst I was going through such a nightmare of losing everything that I thought I was, and that was my mind as well. But the scariest thing is that my mind was in trouble and my mind was fighting me and I was fighting my mind and my mind was fighting my connections to my emotions, and it was, my God, it was a battlefield. So I do understand what the true meaning behind the kingdom of hell is all about, because depression is like that. The human way, the human programming is like that. It's a struggle, and you feel like that you're always fighting with yourself. And then when you go in the inner journey, trying to understand your own internal workings, because what you're really looking to do is to dissolve the human programming. For me to be able to say that is only because the human life that I was having took me to a condition where I just looked at life and I thought, there's no point. I'm broken. I've failed. I failed as a man. I failed as a father. I failed at all these things that human being puts upon us. But what's the story? It's just a material story. There had to be more. And of course, healing for me and the Be Me process, which meant I had three things to heal, which was my body, my mind, and my energy. So when I was being the human, you don't never look at yourself as the body, mind, energy. You're just human. You just do what you do. The Beamy came in when my human self was in trouble. But the interesting thing about that journey is the inner world is a crazy world, isn't it? Especially when nothing's going on in the outside world. Take a real good look at how you actually torture yourself. So that's the kingdom of hell is within. So when we talk about the kingdom of heaven is within, what does that mean really? Well, it just means you've eliminated the kingdom of hell. Eliminate the kingdom of hell, which means eliminate the fears about what you think about yourself. Eliminate the way that you speak to yourself. Because in my awakening, I discovered out of the entire alphabet of 26 letters, more in other countries I know, 26 basic letters, pick 3 letters out of the alphabet and find the meaning and purpose to that. And the most important 3 letters that came out was be me. So when everything disappears, or when you're in this healing process, what you're trying to do is you need to really get rid of the human programming, because the human programming is the virus. My name is Trevor Owsley. See you on the other side. Take care.